During the weeks that we've been doing this, what I've got out of this is like new skills I can use in my drama lessons, like all the stage combat stuff, all the vocal warm-ups, and all the stuff that I can do now with my class, and say this is effective, and this is what they use with professionals, and maybe it can get me better grades in what I'm doing. And also, it's like working with Shakespeare is like made me having a better understanding of all the language, and just made me clearer with everything that I do with it.
What I think I've gotten out of this is some more self-management skills, because um, you have to be punctual and you have to know what you're doing, and no one's going to wait for you. Like you have to keep up with the pace of things, and so you have to rely on yourself and be independent. And also with with learning Shakespeare's words, I think it'll help with my English literature, because you get to understand things like the iambic pentameter and so on.
Um, do you know, because we've been learning kind of like Shakespeare as well, it's kind of been like a lesson to us as well. So when we go back to school and we're learning Shakespeare, we can tell everybody about our experience about learning this and doing this project as
I
well.
believe from this project I've helped develop myself as an actor because it's helped me build my confidence performing on stage. For example, when we go to different schools, acting in front of people that we don't know, it's helped me to build my confidence, and that would help me in the future, was to fulfill a dream of becoming an actor.
I think what I've got out of this is kind of like perseverance and time management as well, because you've got to be up on time, you've got to get to rehearsals on time, learn lines on time, and be at the performances on time, and you've got to kind of like be strict on yourself at some points.
And what I've gained from this experience is the use of over articulating my words. So like, let's say I'm doing a performance, it's like I should keep the way I speak out and put the way my character speaks in the performance.
What I've gained from it is knowing how people work, because you have to get along with people and know what they like and dislike so you can get on with what you need to do.
So what I've learned from this is it's given me an insight into how like theatre life is, and how you have to like, first of all you have to be punctual, which is sometimes difficult to do. You also like have to learn a lot of lines, and like whilst you're on stage, like sometimes things don't go to plan. So then you have to kind of like work with that and try not to be put off. And all in all, I guess it's pretty much learning what, like sometimes life throws things at you, and you have to try your best to take the best out of it.
What I've gained from this is that you can link Shakespeare's not that different from normal life, and I've learned that you can link, even though it might seem a bit weird because they don't speak the same as us, you can link the themes in from Shakespeare in common life and then apply it to the scene that you're doing, so it makes it a lot easier and to make the connection.
As a person, I believe I've taken out of this a boost in confidence, and as an actor, I believe I've taken out a skills and information that would probably help me in the future.
What I've learned from this project is that being able to manage yourself. So, for example, being punctual to every time we arrive at the place that we're working in. Also, like, say if you didn't like one of your cast members, you know, you have to be professional about it, and it sort of gave me an insight of how the whole thing works, and you know, being able to actually know how this whole thing works, the theatre project and everything, and then being able to perform in so many people, but you don't know them, and yeah, I think it's boosted my confidence a lot, and I'm able to use the skills I developed in this project in my classes and everywhere I go, you know, different things. So if I was to do another project, you know, I'd be able to use these skills a lot, and they'll be more useful in my classes and everything.
Thank you.
What I believe that I've took from this project is that you have to be at a certain time, because if you're not there, people can't do it without you, and you're important as well. Even though your part is small, you're important, there because you have to do certain stuff for them to be able to do it good and to have a good end.
Well, personally, I really like Shakespeare, so to be able to further my knowledge has been a really good experience because at first you might think that Shakespeare's language is quite difficult, but once you go over it and you keep doing it, it starts to flow and it sounds really good.
Well, personally, during this experience, I've gained confidence, the willing to adapt to acting with different people, and skills.
Well, obviously being part of the technical crew instead of part of the cast has given me a completely different experience into what the life in theatre is like. I guess what I've learnt from it is that working under the supervision of professionals such as yourself, Lauren, James, Joss, and Sherry, I've sort of got an insight of all the different regions that I could associate myself with if I do wish to take this as a career into the further life as I do want to do. I guess touring to different schools as well, going to 4 different schools where I'm normally based in one school. Being in 4 different schools has given me sort of the knowledge of what it's like to be touring to places I've not familiar with, and doing it to people that are either younger than me or sort of the same age group, as sort of give them an insight or some information on what it's like to actually work in theatre. You haven't just got to be an actor. There's also many other things you can do as well as technical theatre.